let me tell you, Kirby, I'm a little disappointed in this place. It looked much better in the brochure.
Well, what's happened is this whole process, what we used to call agriculture, has changed to agribusiness. And the whole concept of animal husbandry has been replaced with more of almost a manufacturing attitude. The whole idea is to get that animal from birth into the box as quickly as possible.
How did you get involved with rescuing farm animals?
I was actually 16 when I literally woke up one day growing up in Madison, Wisconsin, and said, well, wait a minute, if I love animals, why am I eating them? It was real simple. I didn't realize that farmed animals were treated so badly. I just knew that it didn't seem right to love animals and eat them.
Nearly 100,000 cows are processed, a tidy little word for slaughtered, each and every day. That's enough beef to fill a huge football stadium. Think about that the next time you see a McDonald's sign that brags billions and billions served.
Today, the modern slaughter plant can process 4,000 or 5,000 or even more head of animals every day.
They can use a cow for food as long as they can basically drag it off the truck.
Yeah, it's amazing that in this day and age, an animal is literally dragged to her death.
How do they get to that point? How is an animal become so sick?
Yeah, that's a good question. And that's part of the problem, too, is that they're so mistreated on the factory farms in the case of cows. And they're the number one animals that we see that become downers. They are forced to produce 10 times more milk than they would in nature. They are literally milk-producing machines. And every year they're re-impregnated to have another calf so they can keep milk production high. And it just drains these cows. In fact, I was just reviewing some video that our investigator took this week of a cow with udders that were so huge and swollen that her udders were dragging on the ground, and they still put this animal who's suffering horribly through the auction. So there, again, I've learned over all these years that when it comes to productivity, that is always going to be the number one concern of the food animal producers, and it's going to take consumers like you and I who demand humane treatment.
When anything's killed, it has fear, and that adrenaline goes into the tissues. And that fear of death goes into the tissues.
Is it a spiritual thing or like a chemical thing with the brain like you were talking about?
It's both.
Do these animals feel pain?
Oh, sure. They're just paralyzed. They can feel pain.
When consumers learn about these issues, they're choosing to go vegetarian or vegan is on the rise, no animal products at all, or they're just simply choosing to consume products that are not raised so cruelly. And of course, there are many happy endings here at Animal Acres when these animals do survive these cruel conditions and they can come here and have hope and love and joy for the first time in their lives, and then they in turn teach other people to look at them as animals, with the hope that maybe if people see that a turkey is a lot more like a dog, that maybe they won't eat them.